Mm. Okay, I think we're okay. I'm seeing it. Hi everyone. Hi. I'm just making sure that OBS is nice, the internet is nice. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm sorry I didn't say welcome to the podcast. I'm like, the internet is good. Oh my gosh, it's doing great for 720p just for right now until a rat crawls up into the wires and go, frick you. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Great way to start off a podcast. There has been some gaming news that me and Aaron are going to be discussing about. Two topics. So you get double, double. Not triple. We'll get there when we get there. If there's enough to talk about, we'll do triple. But right now we're doing double. Right now we have decided to talk about Breath of the Wild 2 and PlayStation. What did Breath of the Wild 2 did? Well, I already know, unless y'all don't know. What did PlayStation do? I don't know if y'all know, but I know. Those are my answers. The end. I hope y'all enjoy this podcast. Okay, we're gonna talk about Breath of the Wild 2. It's been delayed. It's been delayed. When has it been delayed to? Oh, spring of 2023.
2023.
And how do you feel about that, Aaron, for that to be delayed for another time? How does that make you feel?
It's a bit of a bummer.
Bit of a bummer. That's it.
Hi everyone who's watching, but yeah, I think it's kind of a bummer. But how many times has this game been delayed? Is this like the only time or the second time?
I don't have to count. I don't have the numbers.
Like I know
this ain't the first time. I do know that.
I know that certain games had to be delayed a couple times for the game to be good, like Cyberpunk, but that ended up being a travesty or a tragedy, wherever you take it. But anyway, yeah.
How dare you compare this to Cyberpunk?
No, I'm talking about the game's going to turn out like that, but this game, like it's been delayed. Maybe they have a reason to delay it, to work on it to please the fans, to make sure it's a great game.
Did you watch that 1 minute and 30 seconds that was on Nintendo's YouTube page? It was like 1 minute and 30 seconds of him just talking about it.
I've not watched the video, but
yeah, it's really, really short. While you're watching that, how do I feel? I think it's good that they want more time for it to be able to work, because I do trust Nintendo's first party, stuff. Every time that a game's delayed, especially first party, it's never been bad. Even if you want to look at the back history of Nintendo games. However, we were all suspecting that it would be a holiday release of this year. We were thinking, they have a schedule. It just says 2022. It's probably gonna be a holiday game because it's a big game. And then we start to think of other big games that are coming out this year, like Bayonetta 3, that I don't care about. Splatoon 3, that I probably don't even care about. It looks okay. It looks better than Bayonetta 3 in my opinion, but just my opinion. But huh?
3? What are you saying looks better than Bayonetta 3?
Splatoon 3.
Splatoon 3?
My opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like you looked at me hardcore and go, Highly, how dare you set that in my face?
Oh no, I was just...
How dare you set that in my presence?
I had to turn my volume down to see this video.
Okay, cool. Also, while he's watching that, I think it's good that it was being delayed. And then it made me think, since it moved to spring, when you really think about it, when you look at the Switch, because we're in a halfway through the Switch life cycle, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how long they want to keep this puppy. I like this puppy, even though I haven't really been on it that much. I really haven't. I've been kind of switching my focus on PC. But it kind of made me think, because it was released on the Wii U and the Switch. It was released on both consoles, like the Twilight Princess, as some of y'all remember back in the day. It was planned to release on GameCube. Here comes the new hardware, the Nintendo Wii, and they're like, oh, whoops, let's just put it on both platforms. And that's kind of what they did on Breath of the Wild. And if you look at GameCube and Wii, the Wii had a little bit better graphics than the GameCube did, obviously for obvious reasons. If you want to compare it to PS3, Xbox, it has the Wii graphics, obviously, for obvious reasons. But here it comes again. That the Nintendo Switch is powerful than the Wii U. Even though it looks like they're doing the same engine, which they probably are, they're doing the same exact engine. We're talking about Breath of the Wild 2 release being delayed. Series 1. So, with that being said, even though they're using the same engine, they like I said, it was released on the Wii U, and the Wii U wasn't that powerful. They were probably keeping all that in mind in making Breath of the Wild. Even though they were working on the Nintendo Switch, and then here comes it again being delayed, and then it kind of makes me think, are we going to get a new Nintendo Switch hardware? Because when you think about it, when the Nintendo Switch first was first released, I think it was March the 3rd, right? March the 3rd of 2017. And that was during springtime. And guess what the delay was? Springtime. So it kind of made me think of maybe a new Switch hardware, like a Switch Pro. That's been rumored for so long. I don't even know it's supposed to come out at this point at all. Because you see that the Switch had revisions. You had the Switch Lite, then you had the Switch OLED. So they're always upgrading the Nintendo Switch. So it's making me. This is just throwing it out there. This is just an idea. Just throwing it out there. This is not 100% confirmed. This is just me throwing it out there because of that delay. That is it. It's just making me spectate. Oh, are we getting a new Switch hardware? Is it going to come alongside with a new hardware just like it did for the original Breath of the Wild? Because when you look back in the Zelda history, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask used the same engine. The same engine. But the thing is, they were two completely different games. They looked the same, felt the same, and combat-wise and everything else. But overall, it was completely two different games. And it didn't take them that long to do those games. It really didn't. But the thing is, they kept the N64 intact. None of them actually came to the Wii. I mean, the GameCube. Unless you want to do the Zelda Collector's Edition. But they didn't have the GameCube in their mind of making Majora's Mask. If they did, then they would release Majora's Mask on here and on the GameCube. Kind of like what they did with Twilight Princess. So that was just me thinking about it. When I saw that delay, I was like, cool. And here's another kicker. I don't like Breath of the Wild 1 that much. I know. You can burn me, you can roast me, you can shove a pitchfork in my rear end. I know. You want to say that's the greatest game, 10 out of 10? I'm saying no. Because there is a lot of issues wrong with Breath of the Wild. It's been a while since I played Breath of the Wild, but there's been so much issues. And I've been hoping that they fix it in the sequel. Because you always want to make the sequel better than the original. Always, always, always. You want to improve what is already there. And sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they turn out bad. Well, you don't know until you start working on it and seeing it. So that's kind of why I think it could be possibly delayed because of that various reason. Also, in that trailer, that 1 minute 30 second, they showed a 4 to 5 second clip. Okay, I could show this, but it's hard to really see it. You see Link, okay, grabbing a broken, keep this in mind, broken Master Sword. Hopefully Aaron saw that and saw that. There was a
Yeah.
broken Master Sword. We saw everything else except for that. He grabbed it up, and I was like, is that the Master Sword? Why is it broken? Dude, I was like, how can the Master Sword, this sword that destroys Ganon's evil bane, that he did in the first Breath of the Wild, like it was making me think, saying like, I want more of this. I want more of this. There has to be something. And then I was like, who is the orange bubble? Who, like, what did they do with the Master Sword? Are they repairing it? Are they making like a better sword than the Master Sword? I'm like, there's so many things that's just going out just because of that 4 to 5 seconds. Just because of that little glance, it goes all over the places. And I'm thinking they have to show something at E3 this year. Like they have to show something. Give us another trailer because you want to promote your game, and it may not be at E3. It may not, you know. But I know that Nintendo probably wants to make this game better, perform better, and make sure that it's getting promoted out of there. Do you want to say anything with what I'm saying, Aaron? Since you watched that 1 minute 30-second video.
I mean, yeah, I mean, from what I saw from that trailer, what you talked about, that him, yeah, I think I spotted that when he picked up the broken sword, and some of the other, I think I've probably only like caught a small glimpse of that part, and I was seeing how the other glimpses of gameplay look like, how it's going to be for the next game, and it's whatever they have to do, like, to improve this game for delaying it for another year. Some people can. I've seen all the comments. Some people can wait on that game, for another year. I mean,
It kind of also looked like a Metroid Prime 4 incident. I mean, we haven't got any gameplay, anything for Metroid Prime 4. We got absolutely nothing for it. So it feels like in that same shoes a little bit.
Yeah.
When you really think about it. Are you going to pick this game up?
The Breath of the Wild 2? I might, because I have the first one. I have not finished that one, though. I'm still on it.
Oh, that's cool. It
pretty much sucks, I know.
It does. From last time I played it, I really didn't like it. There's so many things. I'm not going into it.
It's okay. It's okay to me. Like, it's from playing it, it's fine. I had to take a break from it for a little while.
Play better games. Anyway, before I don't want to go into it, Breath of the Wild, because we all have our opinion, so please respect my opinion of Breath of the Wild. just that's all I ask, is just respect my opinion. Anyway, moving on to the next topic, PlayStation. I do not have a PlayStation 5, nor do I have interest of getting a PlayStation 5. There's some good PlayStation exclusives out there, cool, for sure. And they're trying something called Project Scarlet.
Isn't that Xbox?
Huh?
Isn't that Xbox? Because I thought this used to be called Project Spartacus.
I'm forgetting their name. I'm really am. What was it? Scarlet?
Well, I don't know. Whatever it used to be called. I don't know. It was something by the name of Spartacus.
Spartacus. Okay, maybe that's the name I'm looking at.
But anyway, this whole PlayStation news we're about to discuss is pretty much, it was the top trending news when I searched gaming news on Google today. Well, actually, I searched on Google News. I mean, gaming news this morning. It had to do with PlayStation. Apparently, from I'm on the PlayStation blog website right now, which I think is probably one of the first articles to post about it on PlayStation blog. And it's pretty much all new PlayStation Plus launches in June with 700 plus games and more value than ever. But there's more to that, because it has to do with PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. So apparently they are now coming together so players can choose from 3 flexible options when it comes in June. So from what I'm reading right here, I don't think I'm going to read the whole article, but I'm going to read what pretty much goes in. I'm going to read the beginning of this article, where Jim Ryan, the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, has posted on this article on PlayStation blog. Since launching PlayStation Plus in 2010, Sony Interactive Entertainment has been at the forefront of innovation with game subscription services. And we were thrilled to be the first console membership service that included a refreshed library of games through PlayStation Plus, and also launched the first console game streaming service with PlayStation Now. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this. When it comes to PlayStation Now and Xbox Xbox backwards compatibility, I can understand why Xbox it kind of wins in that department, because when you have when you have an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X, I mean, you can get easier backwards compatibility by playing original games from Xbox and Xbox 360 and to the games currently today. And I think more people tend to go like Xbox Game Pass more than the PlayStation Plus. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to continue. Today, we are pleased to share with you official news about changes coming to your subscription services, our subscription services. This June, we're bringing together PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now in an all-new PlayStation Plus subscription service that provides more choice to customers across 3 membership tiers globally. Our focus is on providing high-quality, curated content with a diverse portfolio of games. Let's see. Let me go down to where the 3 membership tiers are. 3 membership tiers globally. Our focus is on providing high-quality, curated content with a diverse portfolio of games. Below is an overview of the 3 membership tiers. So first, you got PlayStation Plus Essential, which it shows the benefits and the prices for international prices. It provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer access, and there are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. The price for PlayStation Plus Essential remains the same as the current price for PS Plus. That is pretty much in the United States, $10 monthly, $25 quarterly, and $60 yearly. Yeah, $60 yearly, and it shows the European and Japanese prices, but I'm just going to continue on. PlayStation Plus Extra, and the benefits for this provides all the benefits from the Essential tier, adds a catalog of up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play, and the price for that for the US is, I know I'm saying it's $14.99, but I'm going to say $15. $15 monthly, $40 quarterly, and $100 yearly. And here's the biggest one of them all, in my opinion. The PlayStation Plus Premium. And the benefits for this provides all the benefits from Essential and Extra tiers, adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games available via cloud streaming, a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. Offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the extra and premium tiers and markets, where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. Time-limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. So, for the price for this one, for the US is $18 monthly, $50 quarterly, and $120 yearly. I see something right here. It says PlayStation Plus Deluxe select markets. For markets without cloud streaming, PlayStation Plus Deluxe will be offered at a low price compared to premium, and includes a catalog of beloved classic games from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations to download and play, along with time-limited game trials. Benefits from essential and extra tiers are also included. Local pricing will vary by market. So those are pretty much the three things that are pretty much going to be like an all-new. It's going to be like bringing PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now together. It's going to be like a new PlayStation Plus subscription service that's going to give a lot of gamers a lot of choices to come across. A lot more provides more choice to customers across 3 membership tiers globally. So, from what I just talked about, those were the 3 membership tiers that were probably going to be coming to this new service, this new subscription service. So I think that's going to be like a big change for PlayStation and PlayStation users. So, yeah.
So, as a PlayStation user to you, what do you think about it after just reading about it?
I'll have to wait and see what it is when it comes out, but I think that it'll probably be a big thing for Sony. I guess if they're gonna like do this to compete with Xbox's backwards compatibility for Game Pass deal. But yeah, I think when it comes to the price, I think it's pretty fair. From the prices I've listed, it's pretty fair for each membership tier, especially for the premium one. I mean, I guess the whole thing with the membership, that the PlayStation Plus Premium thing, is that you can like stream games from classic PlayStation consoles, the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, heck. I mean, if they include games for us to like pretty much most games from the past decades, then that would probably be like, I mean, at a fair price, that would be a big win. I mean, like, I know, like, PlayStation Now, I know, like, I think maybe some people might have a mixed relationship with PlayStation Now, but I don't have it, but it could definitely be better because it is a backwards compatibility thing. But you don't see much games in PlayStation Now when it comes to old games. Like, I think Xbox tends to have more classic games when it comes to backwards compatibility than PlayStation Now does. But it's whatever.
Another thing, I don't know if you read this or mentioned this yet, but like the first party newer PlayStation 4 games won't be coming to that subscription membership tiers. Like God of War Ragnarok, for example.
I do see something right here. that mentions God of War. This is the new extra and premium tiers represent a major evolution for PS Plus. With these tiers, our key focus is to ensure that the hundreds of games we offer will include the best quality content that sets us apart. At launch, we plan to include titles such as Death Stranding, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal. And
the thing is, the God of War Ragnarok is going to be their newer game. I'm talking about new games won't be coming to those membership tiers.
Is it? Were you talking about PS4 or PS5? Because
PS5, my bad. PS4, just newer games coming to both those systems.
I think I saw somewhere that PS5 games won't have anything to do with this or something like that. Whatever you said.
And your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's always got to be some catch when it comes to PlayStation.
And another thing that's not even mentioned from that blog that you read is more details of what games. Like, how many games are we going to get, especially for the retro? Because I like retro. For some of y'all that don't know me, I love retro games. You know,
that's
PS1, PS2, PSP. But the thing is, they didn't mention how many games are going to be coming to those three platforms.
Yeah.
And if they're downloadable or not. Because you have PlayStation 3, which is just cloud version, and you have some people out there in this world that don't have the greatest internet in the world that can't even be able to play those games.
Yeah.
You know, because we're still not in that time for cloud streaming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they didn't go into details of like what PS1 games. Like, I like how what Wade stated, it's an option. It is a option. Doesn't mean it's the only option. It is an option.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the way that I see it, you know, I'm not a PlayStation person. You know, I the last PlayStation console I played was was big into was PS2. You know, after that I didn't really care. Like, PS3 cool. It didn't really interest me. It had some cool first parties there. You know, same with the PS4. You know, there's still some titles that I might want to play on the PS4, but other than that, I still don't care. You know, I would like to play the original Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man game. It looked cool. It looked great. But it doesn't still, even though it looks cool, even though it interests me, it still doesn't interest me to get the console. So as for me, coming from a non-PlayStation user, listening to this, reading on this, it makes me think of Xbox, as Series 1 say it. So it's kind of like Xbox Game Pass, which essentially it kind of is, but Xbox Game Pass is better than what PlayStation is doing now. You know, whenever they're releasing this, because with their first party and not just first party, but newer games that be coming out, they ain't going to put it on that platform. You know, and you got to mention Gran Turismo 7 is probably the worst PlayStation game, the worst PlayStation exclusive game on their platform, due to the fact of microtransactions when we talked about that last podcast. So you have to keep that in mind when they're doing this, and it makes me feel like is that all they want? It feels like they don't care about consumers. You know, why do I have to pay for older games? You know, why does it have to be a monthly subscription? You know, if you look at Xbox Game Pass, that's all they care. You know, even if you don't have the console, they're like, oh, you have Xbox Game Pass? That's cool. Oh, you don't have Xbox Series X? Oh, that's cool. As long as you're still subscribed to our Game Pass. You know, that's their number one for Microsoft for Xbox. You know, that's how they're able to make big bucks. You know, they've been buying companies from left to right. You know, they bought Bethesda, you know, and then they bought Activision, you know. So they're buying companies to get some exclusive, which I like that because they don't, when you come to Microsoft, they don't really have exclusives that much. They really don't have anything going for them except for Game Pass. You know, it's a great offer, a great option, you know, for people that want to go there. And if you have an Xbox, it's definitely backwards compatibility From what I heard, you could put an original Xbox game in there. You could put a 360 game in there. If you get a PS5, try to put a PS1 in there, it's not going to work. If you try putting a PS2 in there, sorry, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's not backwards compatibility. And then it also makes me start thinking of, I'm a Nintendo person, so I am going to say this. From a Nintendo user, and not a PlayStation user. For their Nintendo Online, you have to pay for a subscription just to play older games, and to me, I don't like that. People and I can agree with this. People like Virtual Console better when you could just buy one game, download it, and have it. You don't have to worry about $20 a month, $10 a month, $50 a month. I don't know what the prices of all that. It feels ridiculous just to play like older games. Like if you still have a copy of it, why do you need to repurchase it again?
Hey man, I'll be right back.
Okay. It's like, why do you need to repurchase it again? It feels kind of pointless. And it just makes me think, going back to what he was reading, it just made me make me think of like that, because looking at their new expansion pack, they don't have a whole lot of N64 games offered to you. As of right now, there's not a whole lot of N64 games offered to you. And they also added Sega Genesis, the Animal Crossing DLC, and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pass. But at the same time, it just feels kind of worthless for their subscription, and that's where it comes down to. There's so much subscription basis in this world, and it's not just Nintendo, it's not just PlayStation. Even though I'm not a PlayStation user, yeah, it comes into greed, Series 1. It comes into a part of greed. Like, why can't it be backwards compatibility? Why do I need to pay more money? Why can't I just put my PS1 into a PS5? I can do that for Xbox. I can put original Xbox in there and still play it. I don't have to repurchase a game. And that's a great thing about backwards compatibility, is that you don't have to repurchase it. So, to me, you may not feel it, but to me, it just feels pointless. Because it feels like game companies don't care about you, don't care about me, as long as you're paying the money. Which shouldn't be, a thing at the end of the day. It should be with their quality product that they're going to release. Like for me, for example, Resident Evil Village, it came out, bought it on day one. It was worth the $60. In my opinion. I enjoyed it. I didn't have much issues with it. I don't mind going back into replaying it again and again. Same with the other Resident Evil games in the series. I like to make sure, is this game going to be worthwhile? And making sure, hey, you care about your customers. You care about your consumers. I'm going to reach out of my wallet and pay you since you care about us. So did Xbox. See, you're coming again where it's coming into a comparison here. It's coming to comparison. They're all the same disc. The only thing that's different with the PS1 is that they're black underneath. And that's about it. Except for the logos and stuff like that. That's kind of essentially it. Well, you have Blu-ray in the mix, but still, that's kind of essentially it. Same with Xbox. Like, you get to put an original Xbox game into your Series X and be able to play it. Don't even have to repurchase it. That's why I feel like it's kind of pointless. Like, I like that it's an option, to play like older games. It's nice that it's an option. But the thing is, it's not the only option. especially paying like $18 a month when you have other subscriptions that you probably pay for. Like your Netflix, you probably like Netflix subscription right there. Disney Plus, you probably love Disney movies subscription right there. Hulu, you got all these subscription, Nintendo subscription, Xbox Game Pass subscription, and there's so much to keep up with, and it adds up the money. Like, I like how it was with the Virtual Console, where you don't have to, and you could just at least pay for the game. You don't have to worry about paying monthly. You don't have to worry about paying yearly. You know, back on the Wii, um, you can buy games that are like $5, $4. You want to play Super Mario Bros. 3, NES style, about $5 or $4 on the virtual store. That's it. Once you have it, you can download it. You don't have to worry about online. That's another thing to worry about. You don't have to worry about online, and you don't have to worry about paying monthly. Once you have the game on the virtual console, you have it. And that's the thing I like. Because once it comes, it's gone. Because you have to look back. When you mentioned Series 1, you mentioned 3DS. They're shutting down the stores where you can't go and buy those games anymore. And even if you want to, from what I've heard, even if you already own the games, you can't even download them. That's why I don't like this new era of gaming. Like I said, I like it to be an option. It's an option. But it's not the only option. And to me, it's not even the best option to be able to play games. If people are for it and wants to do it, go for it. I'm not a PlayStation user. I don't know what PlayStation usually does. I know Aaron likes PlayStation. He plays his PlayStation. You got something to say, don't you?
I was going to say that, the PlayStation I only have like 2 PlayStation systems right now, but I have the Switch, I have the Wii, and so I'm just more like a game person. I don't care what platform it's from, or if it's a PC, I don't care. I'm just a gaming person, but yeah, whatever you were talking about when it comes to old gaming versus new era of gaming, the old era is better. We didn't have to worry about DLC, you didn't have to worry about microtransactions, you didn't have to worry about having to pay something.
Don't have to worry about internet.
Online, yeah.
Once you buy the game, that's it. No day one patch, nothing. You purchase it, you got what you got.
There's people who still playing do old stuff, like someone has a Nintendo 64. They just bought a Nintendo 64 from a store, like a thrift store or whatever, or a retro game.
But that gets expensive, especially from like a gaming collector. If you want to get into that, because I was close to getting into that, and it's hard to get some of those games. It really, really is, especially for those rare games.
Or they still have their game or their games they saved from their childhood, and it still works.
Probably
64, PlayStation 1, games where GameCube or OG Xbox, PS2. People who still have those, they'll want to have people come over and actually play in person with another. Player 1, player 2. Oh, here's an extra controller. Here, let's play together. We didn't have to worry about online. We didn't have to, worry about all that stuff. We just played. You could just play your game with somebody, and people are still doing that today, especially with the Switch. So,
some people still do that, but it's not often though when you think about it.
Yeah.
But going back to the PlayStation thing, it is kind of similar to Xbox Game Pass, but it's not, because the way Microsoft handles it, they put any game on there. Just any game. They just slap it on there. They're like, ooh, Fallout 5? Slap it on there. Oh, Todd, you're making Starfield? Just slap it on there. Oh, then we just have Horizon 5? Yeah, just slap it on there. What about people that wants to buy our console? Game Pass all the way. That's how they are. It doesn't matter if you have an Xbox or don't. As long as you're subscribed to their Game Pass, that's how it is. But with PlayStation, they're not going to give you that newer games. And that comes into and they mention like 300, 400, whatever tier you decide to purchase if you want to purchase it. You still don't know what all the games are going to be listed.
Yeah.
And if it's just a bunch of PS3 cloud version, wherever you are, can you handle just playing PS3 games? If you don't have a PS3, anymore, and let's say you want to go back to it, and this is and you see that this is probably the only option available, but let's say you have crappy internet wherever you're at, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like we're in an age where internet. You have to think of internet. You have access to Google, to whatever you want is access to you. It's available to you. Whatever you want to look up, whatever you want to search,
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and add that. Sorry, I had to leave for a bit. I had to take care of a hangnail problem. That's why I have a band-aid right now on my middle finger. So.
Saracen1 says, actually, you don't get a lot of games if you get Xbox Game Pass on PC. And I don't have Xbox Game Pass. I don't know if you do. I'm just going off of what I heard.
I just don't have it. I don't have an Xbox.
Well, you can have Game Pass on PC. It's available other well.
Yeah.
It was even rumored to put Game Pass on the Switch. I don't know if you remember that rumor or not.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was rumored that it's going to be on the Switch because you had Cuphead, Ori, and people will assume that Halo's going to come to the Switch.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if you remember that. People said that Master Chief in Smash. I don't know if you remember that rumor either.
Probably not. I might have. I don't know.
But going back to PlayStation, Xbox people did not like this whatsoever. They felt like this is stealing. This is the first thing that came to their, to Xbox fan base. For people that loves Xbox and die Xbox fans, even though that I might not be a die-hard Xbox fan, they did not like this. They're like, oh, they're stealing. And they're trying to make it sound better than what we have to offer here. Like, frick you, Sony. Like literally, there was like a bunch of hate coming from them, saying like, oh, this is just like Game Pass. Oh, you just want money. Oh, you're not Game Pass. Sorry. On all of this, and I'm just sitting over here thinking, like, why is this happening? Why? Like Game Pass has been doing so great. There's nothing, it shouldn't be stealing the idea. Like, if it works for them, it can work for PlayStation. It can work for Nintendo. If it works over here, there's nothing wrong with getting it. It kind of reminds me of the podcast that we did. What was that podcast? Oh, plagiarism. As people thought, people were saying, I'm copying from them. And that's how Xbox fans were seeing. They're like, you're copying. We don't like that. They can go so far, I haven't seen this comment yet, saying like, you're plagiarizing off of us. If I saw that, I'll be like, this is ridiculous. If I saw that, I'll be like, that's ridiculous. That's complete redonkulous. If I ever saw that. But people are also saying that this could potentially, and I don't know how Eric could feel about this, that this is a new Xbox Game Pass killer. How do you feel about that?
See what happens.
See what happens? Because if you remember correctly, the Steam Deck was supposed to kill off the Switch. And let's see how well the Steam Deck is doing right now. Let's see. Is Nintendo Switch still selling well? Let's see. Oh wait, it didn't kill off the Nintendo Switch. It's like people would say, "Oh, Vita, great graphics. It's going to kill off the 3DS." This is the 3DS killer. guess what? The 3DS still carried on. Still had good games. Just because it has better graphics, better performance, that's not where it's at. And people starts to assume that. Like the Steam Deck, the specs, it looks great. But people having issues with it. It looks great. But going back to the whole PlayStation, whatever it wants to call the new project, basically it's essentially Game Pass. From a non-PlayStation user, it could be a step in the right direction, but to me, I feel like they're just being greedy. They haven't really done with Gran Turismo 7, and look at the state that it is in. It comes into a time where they don't care about you, they just care about making money. From a business standpoint, you want to make money to continue with your business.
EA, Konami.
Yeah, we're not going to mention them.
Companies.
But I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks, Aaron.
Sorry, man.
But looking at Gran Turismo 7, and the thing is, I don't know if Aaron paid attention to this. Sony apologized, but they didn't apologize for microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw them apologize, saying I've seen people that apologize for games, but their actions have to show it. Don't just sit there and say it. Guess what? Gran Turismo 7 still has microtransactions. Oh, we're sorry that we're not going to do absolutely nothing about it. But we're going to let you know that we're trying to do something about it to make you sure, as a consumer, as our customer, making sure that you know that we're doing something about it, even though we're actually not doing anything about it. That's how I see with apologies, with any apologies. Aaron over here mentioned Cyberpunk 2077. Do you remember their apology that they did? Saying that how they were sorry? And you know what? They didn't do nothing about it. So I can't trust with apologies. They can all look good, all look polished up, but going back to Gran Turismo 7, the state that it's in, and from Gran Turismo 6, someone said this. So this is coming from them, not from me, even though it's coming out of my mouth. They say it's like $5 to buy a car compared to Gran Turismo 7 to buy $40 a car. Why does it have to be more money? And going into that, and then coming into what they're doing now, I don't know if they can be fully trusted in what they're doing. It feels like it's just coming out with greed. How good are their first-party games? I heard they were good, but I don't hear anyone around me that plays them. Let's ask Aaron. He's a PlayStation user. Hey, Aaron, have you ever played Returnal yet?
No.
Okay, hey, Aaron, have you ever played Miles Morales yet?
No.
Okay, hey, Aaron, have you ever played Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart yet?
No.
You know what I heard? I heard when they first came out, those 3 games just alone, I heard they were a buggy sort of mess. Before patches, before anything. Same with Death Stranding.
Not play that one either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know why. I heard it's boring.
I wanted to. I was interested in it, but I haven't played it yet.
The only reason I was interested in it because at first it looked like Silent Hill. It looked like it's going to be a successor, and then it dropped the ball.
It's a game. It was from Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I know that. That's the only reason why I got hyped for a little bit.
I think he wanted to do his own game, from his own productions. So.
Yeah, but you have to understand this is their first game from their production. Not every first game come from a new production is good. Essentially.
Yeah.
Even though he had a lot of practice, a lot of skill, so it is understandable. But at the same time, But from what I heard is that, can you trust PlayStation? It feels like it's hard to really trust them. They said high quality games. When you were reading the tiers, They say high quality games. Wait a minute, is Gran Turismo 7 not going to be there because it's not a high quality game? You know, like they just want to make sure, hey, these are our best top of the line games, making sure that we're not going to put any trash titles in them. If we heard that's trash, it's trash. Even though it could be a hidden gem underneath it. Could be a good game, but to them they might see it as trash. You know, it comes back into a full circle. Why are we paying a subscription just to play older games? You know, why am I paying $18 a month when I don't even know the list for PS1 games? You know, am I going to see the original Resident Evil 1 on it? You know, I'm just asking. You know, PSP, you mentioned PSP. Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, it's been locked on the PSP for years. Is that going to come to the PlayStation? You know?
You know what they haven't mentioned? PS Vita.
Yeah, that's another thing. Didn't they have good games? Because I don't even know if they have good games. Do they have good games?
I don't know. I never got a PS Vita. I just saw that it was supposed to be like a new type of PSP type of deal.
Yeah, I never got into it.
Anything from PS Vita.
I remember being really big into PSP, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't mention the games. It's very concerning without more details. Like they did get details of the tiers. They gave the pricing, so they at least gave what they got. But it comes down to games. You know, I heard that the PS3 is going to be all cloud version games. Why can't they be native? You know, that's why I say about Kingdom Hearts coming to Switch. Why can't it be native? I can see one being native. I can be two native. I can understand three being cloud version. I can understand that if three can handle the Switch capability. But why? Like we're not even. This comes into a whole another topic of its own with cloud gaming. Is that we're not there yet. What happened to Google Stadia? It was supposed to be the ultimate cloud version of gaming. Gee, I wonder what happened to Google Stadia. Gee whiz, I wonder, right? Are we still getting new games from Google Stadia? Let's ask Aaron. Hey, Aaron, are we getting new games for our Google Stadia? Right.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
Stadia as well.
Like that's supposed to be a cloud version only game system where you don't have to worry about downloading. I wonder where it's at now. Should tell everyone that we're not there, that the world is not there yet. Like, yeah, you have the pandemic, that people are sort of getting over it. You know, you still have that going on. You know, you still have people that's still trying to, you know, go back to work and stuff like that. So you still have world issues, especially what happened to Russia and Ukraine. So, you know, we still have some issues out there in the world. You know, so it's completely understandable when you're not getting games, because looking back at 2020, we didn't get much games in 2020. You know, and that's when it really started. And now since it ended, it started to pick things up, saying like, oh, we had this delayed. Here it is. Here it is. You know, here comes 2022. Here it is. I hope you have your wallet ready, Aaron. I hope you're ready for this. We're going to have some good games coming to you. We have Bayonetta 3. Just give us that money. Give us that dough, Aaron. We're going to have God of War Ragnarok, Aaron. Come on, give us that money. But yeah, just going back to the PlayStation, as me looking at it from a non-consumer, a non-PlayStation person anymore, even though I love their older games, their older stuff, and forever remember their older stuff. For PS1 and PS2 and PSP, not for PS3. Coming from there and then looking at the Gran Turismo 7 incident and looking at all this, I don't know how well it's going to go for them. You know, it's a unique idea. Game Pass is a unique idea. It worked for Xbox. I'm sure it can work, for them if they know how they're using it in the way that they're going to do things. Because right now we don't have a lot of details, so it's all over the board right now with whatever they want to do over there at PlayStation quarters. Nintendo can do this, but like I said, it comes into like the expansion pack. Why am I paying this much just to play N64 games? And not only that, I can't play them on the go because I need internet in order to get to these games. So it kind of seems pointless to bring your Switch out and play and say, like, hey, I want to get Nintendo Switch Online. And guess what? You're in the vehicle going and you won't be able to play it. Why get like I said, I wonder why it can't be like the Virtual Console. Why can't you buy it and you already own it? Why can't it be fully backwards compatibility? Where you already purchased it. Why do you need to purchase it so many times? And people had an issue with that with Virtual Console back then too. Where people, didn't like that sound. Like, why? I already have it over here. Why do I need to repurchase it? I bought this on the Wii. You want me to re-buy it on the Wii U? Like, I have it. It's right here. I downloaded it. It's in my virtual store account. It's right there. Super Mario Bros. 3 NES. It's right there. Black and white. But you're going to tell me I have to repurchase it on my Wii U. I think they need a new way of handling retro games because I don't think this is the future. Like I said, I like how it's an option. It is an option. But coming from me that's big into retro gamer, there's a lot of other options online. A lot of other options, to be able to do things with just retro gaming. And then going back with PS3 again with cloud, why can't it be native? It was native on PS3. Like, it was native on there. Why can't it be native on our PS4 and PS5s? So, Aaron, do you have anything else you want to say about the PlayStation / Xbox Game Pass / Project whatever Sony membership tiers?
Not really. That's all I had to say. Pretty much.
Well, you're a PlayStation user. That's why I was thinking that you have more to say since you have a PlayStation. You experience, the PlayStation Now at the very least.
I don't have PlayStation Now. I know that.
Do you have PlayStation Plus?
I'm a current user. I've always been a user of that. I just have it to get the free games every month and play online. That's all I use it for.
When those free games, are they always free or are they just free for that month?
Free for that month. And if your membership uses up, then you can't play that game on your menu. Because it's only a PlayStation Plus membership required game that you installed onto your system. So, yeah.
Interesting. Because I kind of wish it was kind of like at least a virtual console at the very very least. But I just want to hear from you since you own a PlayStation 4 and you're still doing stuff with it now. Unlike me, this dude. Do you think this is a good question? Do you think this could be killing off the Xbox Game Pass?
I don't really think it will, because I know it's like it'll be like competition. When it comes to gaming, it's going to be some competition, but I don't think it's going to kill the Game Pass because a lot of people are still using Xbox. People are still Xbox PC loyalists, or like they're loyal users of Xbox and PC. Well, let me just say that. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of people who like Xbox that likes Xbox more than other game consoles or whatever. they're just huge Xbox fans that won't give up, playing Xbox for the Game Pass, and just they just won't give up Xbox in general. Pretty much, they'll still play games on that or PC. So, but I don't think that because Xbox users are still using Game Pass. I don't think that's going to damage. I don't think the whole new PlayStation Plus, this whole new PlayStation Plus deal, tier membership, whatever, this whole thing that's going to launch, I don't think that's going to kill Xbox Game Pass.
And then, what is honestly your thought of the pricing? Even though adding other subscriptions that you may pay for, like Netflix or Disney Plus.
See, that's a good discussion. That's a good question. Well, like I said, each one has different prices. The first one, the Essential, the PlayStation Plus Essential, it's pretty much I use PlayStation Plus monthly, the monthly version, not monthly. I use the ones that is, I guess, the quarterly. I don't know if quarterly is like the 3-month membership or whatever, but I use PlayStation Plus 3 months. And when that gets done, I go and get another code to renew my membership. So the 3-month membership is just good enough for me because it's around I don't know, $20 to $30 maybe, or more, depending on the price. Depending on what price it is, but the Essential one, the quarterly is $40 and the monthly is $15. But if you keep going, the prices increase more for the premium. Wait, hold on. I think I saw. I did the wrong prices. That was the PlayStation Plus extra prices I just listed off. The PS Plus Essential ones are $10 monthly and $25 quarterly. And you got $60 yearly. And the extra, that's $15 monthly, $40 quarterly, and $100 yearly. And I think we already know what the premium one is. It just increases. It's $18 monthly, $50 quarterly, and $120 yearly. But when you talk about it, when people have other streaming stuff like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max,
It doesn't have to be TV shows, it could be other things like VPN.
it could be too much.
That's why it's
So
looking at those tiers. That's why it's is it worth it? From coming from you, as a PlayStation user, the way you're seeing it right now, even though you're probably gonna say, let's wait it all out. But as of right now, to you, as a consumer for them, are you interested in it with the tiers that they offer so far?
I mean, it does. It is a little bit interesting, but you got to look at the price. I mean, you got to go with your gut when it comes to price, because you got a lot of other things to pay for, and then you got this thing coming out, and it could probably be too much. But
I mean, look at the expansion pack online when it first came out. People were, happy when they saw N64 coming online. Everyone got so hyped, and then they saw the price tag.
yeah,
So it like I said, it feels like almost a similar thing what Nintendo's doing right now when they're just doing some old games, and and they don't have that much as of right now. This is all they have to offer you at this price, and they didn't even show you what retro games they're going to give to you. It's kind of feeling like that scenario when you really dumb down to it and really think about it. It feels like it just flip flopped.
yeah.
So that's what I was asking coming from, are you interested in this? Does this really grab onto you in your wallet, or are you going to say no?
That's hard for me to choose. It really is. I just I probably say not right now.
So basically, wait and see.
I'll just stick with what I have right now.
Hmm.
Then wait.
Because it is interesting to say at like the very, very, very least. But I just it just I mean, how does everyone else feel in chat? If you're a PlayStation user, and let's not forget to pay for online, stuff to play just for just online. That you gotta pay just to play online, even though you already have to pay, to get internet on top of it. So you have to also keep that in mind. But I feel like their prices are just kind of ridiculous. Because you also gotta also mention that they have some games that came to PC. You had your God of War. Let me get my thing back up. The pop up screen. Sorry, it may look like I was frozen, but you had games that came to PC. And they did actually well for them. You know, you wouldn't think that, oh, there's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive coming to the PC. You're gonna be like, nah, that has never happened. That's never gonna happen in a million billion years. They haven't done it now, and they're not gonna do it then. It's just not gonna happen. And look, behold, they did God of War on PC. Did pretty stinking well. You had the Horizon. That did stinking well. So you have these first party PlayStation 1 games that are slowly making its way to the PC market and seeing where the consumers are at. Connected.
But you're good. You're good.
We gotta see how the internet does. Oh boy. See, I said this at the beginning. I did say this. I said like, oh, look at the internet. There's gonna be some rat pulling the cord. Guess what? There's a rat probably pulling on the cord right now. Well, hopefully it's not. That's kind of bad. It's a bit bad. I don't know what to do about that. Aaron, do I sound like a robot?
No.
Do I seem freezing or stuttering when sharing the screen? No.
No.
Okay. Well,
I was saying. I was checking something. I was asking you to repeat what you were saying.
I was. What was I saying? After looking at it. The PC, when the PlayStation is coming to the PC market. I know I was talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I said. I kind of forgot because I'm looking at the internet and right now it's doing terrible.
Oh.
I don't know how it looks. Can you go to Twitch and see how is it doing? Just go and just see how is it doing.
That's what's going on. I was going on Twitch.
Yeah, please do. Just see how terrible it is right now. If it's good, then we're good.
I was trying to check the chat to see if there's anybody chatting with us.
Zeros and ones was, but I don't know.
I got lost.
But right now, the internet, I know it's doing terrible. I don't know if it's doing terrible on his end.
No, my internet's fine.
And plus, with Xbox Game Pass, from what I also heard, is that you don't need online that much. Because you don't have to worry about it that much. But with like going to $18, and you don't even have the, PS Vita. But the thing is, even though we were doing comparisons, you really can't compare it to Game Pass. You still can't. You just can't. Yeah.
I just pulled our video. Nothing's really happening.
Is it buffering a whole lot? Because when it does this, it seems to, from what I heard from other people, it seems to buffer a good bit.
It's going good now.
Okay. You're saying it now.
Yes.
Okay. I trust you.
It's fine.
You should put your podcast on Spotify. I have issues putting it on Spotify. To be honest, I haven't figured out the whole Spotify issue. It feels like you need to do something, and I was having trouble trying to get all that. For people that just want to listen in and not just want to watch, that just want to listen. That's why I also put it on YouTube. But yeah, I can't stop thinking about it though. I really can't stop thinking about this new tier thing. Because the first thing that came in my mind today was Breath of the Wild 2, which we already talked about. I already, put my stuff into it because I'm like, hey, I'm Nintendo. I know what I'm talking about here. PlayStation is like, I'm not a PlayStation user. Let me just try to Google real quick. Aaron, okay. You said this, okay. Let me just Google real quick, okay. And that's what I did. Essentially and basically. Because, like I said, I'm not a PlayStation user, so I don't pay for any of that. So it's good to at least have someone that is a PlayStation user and knows what he is talking about. So it's good that we have two people here on podcast, from a PlayStation user to a non-PlayStation user, to see at least both sides. Aaron said this might be worthwhile. To me, I feel like it's not because of what's happening in Gran Turismo 7. And they're not even fixing that up. And all of a sudden now they're offering this for you to pay more money to them. It makes me feel like they don't care about you. And I can say that about Nintendo. People's like, but you just said they make good products. And I'm like, yeah, but when it comes to their online, they don't care about you. That's some ridiculously pricing just to play like a handful of N64 games. And Sega Genesis games when you can play anywhere else. Like, oh, there's a classic collection. Whoa. It's like there's so many ways to play Sega Genesis games, and it feels like Nintendo doesn't care about you when it comes to that. When it comes to their online section. I can understand that from a business standpoint. Yeah, you want to earn money. Yeah, but you also got to consider your consumers, your customers that are purchasing your product. Making sure they get hype over your product, making sure that it's good and look good. And when the reviews come out, it looked good. But guess what? They did the same with Gran Turismo 7 before they even added microtransactions. They make sure the reviews are good so that people can buy the game and then look at their store. We can't even trust that anymore because of what happened with Gran Turismo 7. And just moving forward as PlayStation, I feel like this could be a spiral downfall. I really is. This could be a step. Like I said, I can see where Aaron's coming from. It can be a step They see what Xbox is doing for them and their Game Pass. Looks great, and they want to try it. That's cool. But at the same time, the way that they're handling things, the way that we see it right now, it also feels like it's going to start something of them going downhill from here. And when a gaming company starts to go downhill, it's hard for consumers and customers to trust them. You know, like Aaron just mentioned EA. It's hard for what they did. It's hard for some consumers, including myself, to purchase games for them. Like EA, I love your Need for Speed games. Your Undergrounds, your Most Wanteds, your Carbons. Love them. What is this crap? Pay out? What is this? This is a Need for Speed? What is this garbage? I didn't have to deal with this back then. What is this? It felt like, to me, Need for Speed game was better on the PS2. You had some on the PS1, but PS2 is where it was at, and possibly PS3. I think Carbon came to PS3. I'm not entirely sure. I think it did. I'm not entirely sure on that one. I know it came to the Wii. So, Need for Speed Shift, Undercover, that's when it was starting to go downhill. But, it's like, if you are not making good games, it's going to be hard for me to be interested in it. To be interested in the franchise. If I love the franchise and hold it deep into my heart, and if you're still making good games, cool. But if you're like Tony Hawk, used to be very big in Tony Hawk, and then when you saw Ride, you kind of flipped out, fricked the company, and you're like, I'm not buying a Tony Hawk game evermore. And here comes the sequel, Shred, and people thought Ride did so good. They thought it did so well to deserve a sequel, when it should have been dead in its grave. Tony Hawk went downhill. Same with Crash. It went downhill. It was hard as a consumer to trust it, like Crash of the Titans. This ain't Crash. Fight over mute. This ain't Crash. Skylander. Dude, now you're messing up Crash. You're messing up my boy. That's my boy. I can't trust you now. I can't trust you. And here comes the remake. It's like, hey, you built my trust back up. It's like, hey, this is from another company. I can trust it. Vicarious Visions. I can trust them. I really can. As a consumer, and seeing what they are doing, I can trust them. Capcom, same thing. I can trust them. I know that I'm getting probably a good product from them. I can trust Capcom. Square Enix is still like a little mixed bag. It still is. But it comes to that, and back to Sony PlayStation, it just, like, after seeing what Gran Turismo 7, stating the apology, and not even mentioning about microtransactions, which was what was ruining the game in the first place, they haven't even looked at that, and all of a sudden they're coming out with this, saying like, hey, give us more money. It just, like I said, it comes out more being greedy. It really does. Like, you can't sit there and ask for money when you haven't even fixed this other thing. We have to see it from consumers to be able to trust you. Saying like, oh, okay, you sent out this apology? Okay, we're going to wait to see what you do with it. We're going to wait. Oh, they apologized for Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, they apologize. Still a terrible game. Fallout 76. Used to be very big into Fallout. Love Fallout. And then Todd decided to frick me over with 76. And then came out with an apology saying, we're sorry that the game, and some people like to put this in their apology, we're sorry that the game is not met up with our standards. What is their standards? Are you sure that this is not your standard? Are you sure that this is not your standard? Because it doesn't have microtransaction in it. Is that your standard? I know, I see you put in quotation standard. But, like I said, it just comes out Do I trust you? And seeing this from a non-PlayStation user, it kind of makes me less and less to want a PlayStation. This does not excite me to get a PlayStation. Like, cool, you're putting old games. Cool. $18 a month? And I don't even know what games you're putting on there. I, I don't know if I can. Are they going to be downloadable? Are they going to be cloud versions? I have questions to ask. Like, I want more details with this. Like, do I have to be online to play? Let's say I want to play the original OG Crash Bandicoot. The original, not the remake, the OG, where it started on its rough path. Even though Crash Bandicoot 1 is kind of a little terrible. It's still good, but it sucks. Because in order to get a gem, you cannot die in a level. And I hate that. I hate that. You have to go through the whole entire level without dying. But anyway, let's say I want to do that. Like, I don't know if it's going to be on there, and plus, there's other ways to play, old games. It doesn't really interest me, and just seeing what they did over here, and all of a sudden here asking for more money, it doesn't say, "Ooh, I want to get PlayStation 5." It makes me less and less interested. Like God of War, I played God of War games, the older ones. I didn't play the newer one. It did came to PC. I remember I wanted to play that one, but I kind of lost a little bit of interest. Because I heard it's not like almost the same as the God of War back then. It had a little bit different. And that's what a little bit scared me. Ragnar, it looks okay. It looks wonderful. It looks amazing. But it doesn't tell me, oh, I'm going to get it. That I want this. The only PlayStation game that I would probably get is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because it's better on there than it is on the PC right now. I don't know if Aaron heard about that yet. Yeah, yep. But other than that,
I heard you say that.
Yeah. But other than that, it doesn't interest me. Like, if there's not games that doesn't interest me, then, it doesn't interest me to get the system. Because when you want a system, it doesn't matter to the specs. I always keep saying this. People said it's about the specs, it's about the specs. It's about the exclusives. What do you have to offer me? Xbox. What do you have to offer me? Halo? Okay. Horizon? Okay. Didn't you have something like Gear Wars or something?
Gears of
I
War.
don't know anymore. Xbox. Oh, you have Game Pass. That's cool.
DFE.
Okay. PlayStation. What do you have? Spider-Man. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gran Turismo 7. You just mentioned 2 games, and then Gran Turismo 7 came out of your mouth. Okay, ignoring you, PlayStation. Nintendo. What do you have to offer me? Kirby? Oh my gosh, this game looks amazing. Oh my gosh, Mario Strikers and new Strikers? I'm there. I'm there. But these other companies, like, it comes to first party exclusives to really sell you out. And I'm sorry if this is going on a rant, but this is just how I feel from a non-PlayStation user. Looking into this. I mean, do you think other PlayStation fans, PlayStation people, that maybe be near you, or maybe that would they be excited about this? Would they be so excited, be like, oh yeah, $18, yeah, get these games, yeah. No,
I don't know.
you don't know, because it's always curious to hear other people. Because it used to be just me, so it's always curious to hear other people.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts about everything I just said from a non-PlayStation user? To see where you stand at.
You have your own opinion. You have your own things to talk about. And that's fine. And some of the things you said was I could definitely understand. You know, yeah, PlayStation definitely has problems. Xbox definitely has problems. Um, certain game companies as well definitely have problems. I know that, yeah, pretty much Nintendo just stays loyal to its fans. From as far as I know, Nintendo is always good to its fans. They try their best.
Because they're first party games, you can never go wrong. Probably the third parties, it's a little bit sketchy, depending, especially their shovelware. Like, good God, you don't even want to go into that pile. You look at that pile and you're like, do I want to see what game is in that pile? I really, really don't. That's shovelware. Did you say shovelware or shovel knight? I like shovel knight. Oh, shovelware. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. But usually with their first party games, you can always trust them. You know, looking at other first party games, it's kind of a little bit mixed. You know, PlayStation with Gran Turismo 7, that is their exclusive, and now it's all the way down to the bottom. Xbox, Halo Infinite, it receives mix. It's not all the way to the bottom, it's not all the way top, but it got bombed once people saw the graphics. They say, like, this looks disgusting. I don't know if you remember that. But people was not into Infinite. I still don't hear much people talk about Xbox exclusives. I don't hear much people talk about it. Like, to be honest. Like, yeah, Xbox is gonna have this game. What game? It's coming to Game Pass? Okay, I can just play it on PC. I don't need it. But the Series X, yeah, but I can just play it. Yeah. Cool. You know? But, yeah, that's just for me. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to say about the topic. Because I feel like I've been going on a long rant about all of it.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
So, do you have anything to say, or no?
No.
It was every Halo game. Well, people say I think Halo 3 is the best, right? Is that the one I'm thinking? I think people said that
Halo
was...
2.
Huh?
Halo 2 or Halo 3?
I never played them, so I can't say. I legit can't say.
I just...
One
of my friends who is a Halo fan, I think he said that Halo 2 was the best in story.
Yeah. But, yeah, Zeros and Ones. Hope that you enjoyed this podcast. For anyone that's listening in, thank you for everyone that has shown up. If you ever have a topic of anything, as long as it's appropriate, if you're thinking about something gaming topic, a movie topic, something that's related to the Bible, if you want to hear me and Aaron to be able to discuss about it, I know it's been a lot of gaming news on these podcasts. You know, because there's so much that you can do in the Bible, and sometimes it creates a division at the very, very least. So, and I know people don't want to hear about that. They'd rather hear gaming news, but that's just what I see. But, you know, whatever topic, as long as it's appropriate, you can always submit it. You can always whisper it here on Twitch. Or if you know me through Discord, you can always DM me on Discord. Also, not only if you have a topic, if you would like to be part of this, if you would like to be your voice of opinion, you know, let's say you have something like Series 1s. Let's say you have something to say about PlayStation. Let's say, you know, you're a PlayStation user. I know you have a PS4. I don't know how often you use it, but you can add your own experience to Aaron's experience, since both of y'all are a PlayStation user, and even though I'm not. You know, here. I don't know if this will count as a PlayStation user. Does this count as a PlayStation user? Does this count as a PlayStation user? Maybe. Maybe. I bought it. It's a PS4 Mini. I like it.
A lot of people did not like that one.
Well, when you mod it and hack it, there you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Out of its original box, heck no. I didn't like some of the games that came on there. So I put
Mhm.
my own 20 games on there. I put my
Yeah.
set list on there. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to come on these podcasts, just DM and list for me as well. These podcasts are every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for somebody that's already listening to this on YouTube, you can still have a chance to come on here because it premieres at 11 o'clock Tuesdays. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, if you are, you can still be part of these podcasts if you want to be part of these podcasts. You just talk about the new Steam Deck. I kind of already did. I think I did like 2 podcasts on that. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if I want to do another podcast on the Steam Deck. You can always go back. We have a YouTube playlist of all the podcasts that I did. So if you ever want to go back and to listen to any of those podcasts, they are there for you for anyone. But for people that's on YouTube, yeah. Also for people on YouTube and on Twitch right now, we also do our movie nights tonight. We do it every Tuesday night. And what are we going to be watching? We're going to be watching Gran Turismo 7. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, we're going to be watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Apparently the worst Spider-Man movie of existence. Why was it terrible? I don't remember. Don't even ask me. I don't remember. I remember Spider-Man doing amazing things in the second. That's it.
It was just very divisive from fans.
So I don't mind
Definitely,
rewatching it. The first one was okay. It was just
definitely
okay in my opinion. But we'll definitely see what the second one has to offer. I don't mind rewatching it. So we are that tonight. So if you want to get into our Discord server, we are a Christian server, but we do not judge. We do not point fingers. You're always welcome into this community. Always welcome into this community if you want to be part of this community at all. Just make sure to click on that link, and there you go. If you ever want to be part of this community, because that's where we're at. So we're going to be watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for someone that's listening on YouTube. We're going to be there in the Discord watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I'm going to start putting the Discord link into the YouTube so that y'all, if y'all want to join, if you're starting watching these podcasts is on there. Like I said, we do it every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not Mountain, not Pacific, not Eastern, Central. Alright? So if you want to come on by, right now we're doing Spider-Man's. We'll be doing a new poll if y'all want to be part of the new poll. These are movie franchises that has been off and off from everyone in the community so far that is interested. So I want to be redoing that poll and putting that poll back. And still going to be asking to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything tonight as well after the movie. So that people can start voting. Because after Spider-Man No Way Home, no, actually after that we're going to be watching Turning Red. And then after that will be our new movie franchise. Of whatever that's going to look. I remember the highest was like 2 or 3 votes, and that was Chronicles of Narnia series. So, we're going to be putting that poll back up so that you, for new people that wants to take part in this poll, or have movie franchises suggestion. We have like Disney, all Disney animated films, DreamWorks animated films, Illumination, Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings plus The Hobbit, Avatar: The Last Airbender plus The Legend of Korra, Disney Channel original films. Am I forgetting anything, Aaron? Off of that list.
Jackie Chan movies or
Oh,
some sort.
all the Jackie Chan films, all the Robbie Williams films. Is that it?
Something like that.
Something
DC
like that.
movies.
Oh yeah, DC movies were on there. So we'll definitely get that poll back up. I will have to go and see if we start the old poll link so I can still pull from that and from any new movie suggestions. Also, you can be able to vote more than once just in case so we can get more people to vote for movies. And whatever has the highest vote, that is what we're going to be doing after watching Turning Red. So, because we only got 2 movies left that's in the stands right now, so we do need to do this poll right now. So I will be definitely doing it tonight, recreating it with y'all in the chat after the movie tonight to work on it. And like I said, we will be doing that in the Discord. I do not stream Discord. I do not stream the movie on Twitch. There's a policy on Twitch, and I just don't do it. All right, we'll be going over that, over that. Ain't that right, Aaron? Over that. Yeah, he's shaking his head. Over that. Yeah, definitely not weird when I'm saying that. But yeah, that will be the podcast. Thank you for everyone that came out. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, serious ones. Thank you for coming out for this podcast. Hopefully you're coming out for our movie night. Our movie is actually in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Because right now, I don't know if y'all can see my phone. 6:37. Alright? Movie in 20 minutes. I better see every single one of y'all in Discord in 2 minutes. 20 minutes, my bad. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. 20 minutes. Hopefully to see you guys and girls there. We'll be back here tomorrow for our daily reunifies. Probably going to be doing some Phasmophobia runs. I've been saying that I want to do a different game, so we might do that if there is game suggestions that you would like to see on Reunify. Because I know some people that's not interested in Phasmophobia, like like this guy. You know, so you know, we just don't have people that might not be interested in Phasmophobia. So you know, so we can be looking at a different game. I don't know why you're laughing because I didn't do anything. I just had a terrible cough. But if you have suggestions for games for me to do Reunify, they've been a bit longer now and a little bit earlier, just a little bit. So if you want to come out to those, also we'll be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for our ministry service. We're actually going to be celebrating that. Sorry about that. I was trying to end the podcast, but OBS decided just to randomly close on me. So for everything that we said before I restream it, you'll hear it exclusively on YouTube. We were talking in private conversation. It was very, very private. Yeah. So if you want to come to that little segment to listen to what we just said, what we just talked about for that little short period of time. But yeah, I just came back to do the ending to this podcast, so I hope that you enjoyed it and all that stuff, and we'll be back. Oh yeah, the service. I was talking about the service before it cut me off. So we're going to be celebrating that we have lasted this long. I don't remember when I started this ministry. I know it was just originally started in Discord and just kind of grew from there. That's about it. We started it like in 2019. I don't remember when or where. So I would like to say that we have lasted for 3 years. I would like to say, because I don't remember when we started. That's the unfortunate thing. So I haven't keep count, but I want to start keeping count now. So we're going to be celebrating 3 years of this ministry, that we're still continuing to do what God has called for us to do within His ministry, and that we're still going to keep moving forward. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the service, just looking back on it and also looking forward. Because, you know, when the Bible says, don't dwell on the past, I have new things to come for you. So we are going to talk about the past for some of y'all that may not be, you know, familiar with the whole ministry and how it started and all that stuff. We'll be going through all of that tomorrow night. So if you want to come to that, it'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Twitch. So if you want to come to that to listen how it got started, where it is right now, and where do we see it moving forward with the best, with God that He has provided the vision for us to do in this ministry. I would really, really hope that you will be able to check that out. But yeah, I hope to see you guys and girls in the Discord server. I will definitely be right there, probably as soon as after this podcast. if anybody wants to at least hang out before the movie or whatever. So yeah. Till then, take care. Be true. Be yourself. Got any last man standing words of wisdom?
I'm just gonna say, y'all have a nice day. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a nice week. Actually, have a God blessed day and a God blessed week. So yeah,
All right, y'all.
see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.